Hi, guys. Good evening. I hope you're doing well tonight. This is where I really wish we were in person because then I could ask you, how has your week been? And I know we usually are kind of on the same wavelength. My week's been really tiring this week, and I wonder if it's just here in Calgary. It's kind of been nice and then rainy. Today happens to be a rainy day. Or maybe this is just simply because we're in week 8 of being in social distancing and kind of living on a new schedule. So, if you are feeling a little bit tired as well, this is perfect because get ready to do a whole lot of not that much. The name of the game tonight is to rest. The name of the game tonight is to feel as good and comfortable as you possibly can. So I have created a 60-minute practice for us, specifically restorative yoga for a tired heart, because when we're on go, go, go so often, and even more so with adjusting and acclimatizing to a new environment and a new day to day, it can be a lot. And if we don't take the time to stop and to pause, it all kind of accumulates. So what do we say? We enter. My favorite saying that I've heard about emotions is emotions are energy in motion. So let's get that energy, anything that feels stuck or anything that just feels a little bit stagnant, to continue to keep going, continue to keep moving along. Of course, your flow yoga does that as well, and the restorative is just another way of approaching it. So, we're going to focus a lot on releasing and soothing and nourishing tonight. And actually, tonight is the super full moon. So, this is such perfect timing that we're actually having a class tonight. I'm definitely going to create space for us when it comes to full moons. It's about letting go. So, things that no longer serve us, we take the extra care and attention to pay attention to it and to let go. And that's what I love about new moon and full moon rituals. They don't have to be a whole big thing, but simply reminders for us to keep gratitude and to keep on releasing and letting go of what doesn't serve us. Okay. All right. Have your stuff ready for restorative yoga. I know we're doing at home, but there are absolutely modifications that you can use at home. You don't have to have blocks. Books are good. Extra pillows are good. If you've got pillows, I can only assume that you have pillows. So take your pillows, grab those. If you have a bolster, that's perfect. And of course, you've got your blanket with you. Without further ado, find yourself in a comfortable seated position in Sukhasana, easy pose. If your knees are sore or injured, stretch them out. If your low back is sore or injured or tired, prop yourself up on a block or a book. And inhale, deep inhale. Exhale. Allow your eyes to fall closed. Your hands cupped over your knees or palms face the sky, whichever feels most natural. We'll begin with a heart centering meditation tonight. And this is perfect. Allowing yourself permission to sink back into your body and to become aware of what's going on within you. Take a moment now and simply notice, without any judgment, anything that may be arising within your inner world. bringing in a sense of mindfulness. And you may even make a note, whether you say it in your mind's eye or out loud to yourself, all that happens to arise. If it's anxiety, you can just say it out: anxiety, worry, or simply thought, thought, thinking. Notice that as you begin to bring awareness to your inner world and all that's coming up, thoughts and feelings and emotions, you begin to separate yourself from them. And rather than being entangled with these thoughts and feelings and emotions, you become an observer of them. And perhaps you may even come to the realization that you are the one observing the thoughts and the emotions and the feelings. That in actuality, you're not the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions. That discernment and that piece of mindfulness is where the ever present sense of ease and calm and peace reside. Soften your approach. And the name of the game tonight: feel as good and comfortable as possible. So soften the space between your brows, soften your jaws, your entire face, the tongue away from the roof of your mouth, and allow there to be a gentle curving up in the inner corners of your mouth. A little bit of joy. And now, as you continue to arrive, begin to allow your breath to deepen just by a count, staying in a sense of ease, lengthening that inhale by one count more. Exhale, complete exhale, one count more. Notice the exchange of energy as you breathe in and you breathe out. As you breathe in, you're inhaling life force, fresh oxygen, replenishing every part of your body. And as you exhale, allow it to be a full and complete exhale as you release everything that does not serve. Noticing yourself as a perpetual system of energy exchange at any point in time with each and every breath. There's a sense of renewal, of replenishment and release. And now bring to mind something that no longer serves you that you'd like to release with the full moon tonight. Perhaps it's a habit, an old wound, an interaction, a memory, anything that no longer serves, that seems to just be that kind of extra weight that you're ready to say goodbye to. And keeping that in your mind, let's break the pattern of holding on to it. Let's break the pattern of letting yourself be weighed down by it. A long, deep inhale through your nose. One more sip in. Feels like as if you have no more air, but one more sip in. Tiny bit more in. And exhale, side out through your mouth. Releasing it. Allow yourself to be as loud as possible. One more time, long, deep inhale through your nose, sipping the air in. One more sip, let your lungs fill up. Feels like you have no more air, but take one more sip in anyways. And don't hold back, side out through your mouth. Now, with that extra baggage released, place your hand on your heart and bring awareness into your heart space. With your newly lengthened and deepened breath, breathe in long, deep inhales. Long, deep exhales. Beginning to tap into the intelligence of your heart, moving from your head and into your heart. There's not much you need to do than to keep your hand on your heart, bring your awareness to your heart space, and keep breathing those long, deep inhales. And long, deep exhales. We're seriously in no rush at all, at least not for the next 60 minutes. As your breath lengthens and you breathe mindfully into your heart space, your nervous system automatically begins to soothe. Your longer breaths signal to your nervous system that you're safe now. There is nothing that it needs to watch out for, that it can turn off survival mode and turn on rest and relaxation mode. Just a couple minutes breathing as you are, and begin to bring dramatic shifts into your system. Being just as smooth as your breath is, and keeping the sense of ease. If your hand is still on your heart, you can gently allow it to come down onto your legs or your knees. And let's begin to shift into our very first pose. You can either fully open your eyes or just kind of keep them nice and sleepily half open, just enough so that you can set yourself up with your pillows. Taking either one or two pillows, place it lengthwise along your mat, so vertically along your mat. I believe I'll be taking two pillows tonight. Taking your blanket, especially if you're feeling a little bit chilly, and placing it over your legs or over your chest or your entire body, whatever feels the best. Place your pillows right down by your sacrum and just simply lie back. Your soles, your feet come together. Allow your knees to draw out to either side, butterfly pose. And if you do want a little bit of support for your hips, you don't want to overextend them, then go ahead, take your blocks or books and place them underneath each knee so that they don't overextend. We're going to be here for a little while. If you have your eye mask or maybe an extra small pillow or something, it feels really nice if you just place it on your chest. Now play around with your arms. You can either have them on your belly so that you can feel the inhale rise of your belly and exhale dropping of your belly. Or if you want a little bit more of a heart opener, you can keep your arms right out beside you. Wherever you are, make sure you're as comfortable as you can be. That means that if your legs aren't feeling so great in butterfly, you can always just draw your knees together or even stretch your legs out in front of you. Sink in. Let's take our body scan here, noticing from your head down to your toes how everything is feeling. Along with that, notice where you're holding tension and just simply soften. Nice. Soften even more. Be effortless. Soften the crown of your head, the sides of your temples. Your eyelids remain effortlessly closed. Your jaws, your neck, and your shoulders, and your arms soften. Your entire back, your hips, and your legs soften. Allow yourself to be supported. Allowing yourself to completely sink into and fall into your pillows or your mat. And then begin to imagine first a ribbon of white light dancing around your heart space. Just notice its rhythm, notice its pattern, knowing that the soft, warm, glowing white light is here to soothe and protect. And allowing this white light to spread across your entire heart space, noticing where else you may want this warm, soft glow of white light. Maybe it just stays like your blanket over top of your chest. Maybe you're needing it all over today and it ends up being more like a cocoon wrapped all around you. Now notice a golden light starting just like the white one as a ribbon around your chest. And this protective and energizing golden light, noticing it dancing around, notice its rhythm, its feel. Watch it intermingling and kind of combining in with that white light. As the two of them are kind of dancing together. Notice where you need this golden light. Perhaps just around your heart space. Maybe all around your body, joining in fully with that white light, creating a little cocoon for yourself. And finally, imagine a light pink glow. That actually is the color of your heart chakra, your heart energy center. Light pink glow, a protective and very nurturing light pink glow, starting just like the other two as a ribbon. Notice its pattern as it begins to weave and dance and move around. Notice its quality. And allow it to get as big as you need it, as big as you'd like it. Allowing it to cover up just that kind of heart area. Maybe in joining with the other two, creating a cocoon for yourself so that in this space, you're truly safe, you're being protected, you're being nourished and nurtured. And wherever they have landed, allow yourself to breathe the next 3 breaths from your heart, absorbing everything that they have to offer. Really noticing the quality of them as they kind of dance and intermingle together. Slowly and gently use your hands to draw your knees together, moving slower than you want, remembering that we're really in no rush at all. Tip on over to one side, just enough so that you can change the orientation of your pillow. So that instead of your pillow being vertical, you change it to horizontal. And if you have two pillows, you're probably just going to want to bring it down to one. Whichever side you're on, we'll start there. Match the edge of your pillow toward your hip, and then go ahead and lie all the way over the pillow. I'm on my right side, so my left hand extends and my right hand comes over top, a little bit of a side body opening. Here, I'll move this so that you can see your legs. You can keep a bend in your knees, or if you want just a tad more, allow your legs to be nice and straight underneath you. You can place a pillow underneath your ears, or you can just use your hands underneath your ear. Draw your attention as you breathe into the side body. So, did I say I was lying on my right? I meant I'm lying on my left hand side. My right hand side is the side that's facing the sky. So, I'm going to focus on breathing into my right rib cage, into my right lung, finding expansion, gentle expansion there. If your arm gets tired or numb or uncomfortable, you can, of course, just take that top arm and place it down by your side instead. You can bring a bend into your bottom arm as well. Name of the game, whatever feels good. If your mind begins to drift, come back to that tool that we always use, counting your breaths. Inhale for one, exhale for two, long breaths. Inhale three, exhale four, all the way up to 10. All the while also noticing the subtle expansion of your side body. And slowly moving at your own pace, change to the opposite side. So switching over in whichever way feels most comfortable to you, matching your opposite hip this time toward your pillow and taking this gentle side opening on this opposite side. Again, your knees can be straight or bent, whatever feels the best to you. And if you do notice that you'd prefer to have a bit more height, a little bit more of an opening, then use two pillows instead of one. Concentrating your breath into your lung, the side that's facing up toward the sky, allowing your rib cage to expand. And slowly, we're really not moving very far, very much tonight. Make your way onto your back so that your pillow is right underneath your sacrum. We're doing kind of a modified supported bridge here. So, a restorative supported bridge, I guess, suppose we can call it. So, your pillow instead of your block is going to be used. Decide if you want one or perhaps you want two pillows for more height. Either way, edge of the pillow underneath your sacrum. Allow yourself to lie all the way back. If that low back needs, you can keep your knees bent or slightly bent. But if you can, allow your legs to straighten right out in front of you. Your arms can be beside you or up above your head. When your arms are above your head, you actually stimulate that heart center. You're able to bring a sense of joy, a just sense of warmth into this posture. Stay with those steady breaths. Notice again if there's any part of you, mind or body, that seems to be gripping. Is there any part of you that seems to be holding tension that doesn't need to be? Your legs or your arms. Maybe you're stretching your arms like straight up above you, trying to get more of an opening, um, more of a deeper sensation. That's okay. See if you can just soften those arms. Can you sit with the sensation that you're getting now? Can you sit being in a softer, gentler pose? Sometimes it's hard, especially if we're all about getting the results, or especially if you hold, and many people hold, the belief no pain, no gain. That's what they tell us for workouts, right? We're always looking for sensation. Yet, even in a softer pose just like this, there's enough sensation as there is. There's a rich internal world that oftentimes we dissociate from. Ironically, because there's a lot going on in there, sometimes it's a bit intense or uncomfortable for us to be with. So whatever is coming up for you right now, in that state of mindfulness, can you sit with it? Ask yourself. Okay. Slowly begin to shift out of this pose in whichever way comes most natural and easiest to you. Eventually, you find yourself once again upright and ready to change the position of your pillows. Pillows come back vertical. Okay, I know. We just talked about sensation and maybe sitting with a softer one, but you actually have a choice here. So we're going to stay in either a supported twist, or if you do want a deeper twist, you can do it without pillows. So, supported twist, let's start with our left hip against the pillows and just simply lie your cheek down onto the pillows. If you want a slightly deeper twist, then just twist your right cheek over the pillows. And again, if you don't want to use the pillows at all, then in which case your knees are coming over toward the left and your gaze over toward the right. Wherever you are, you already know this name of the game, as comfortable and as good, feeling good as you can. And moving slower than you want, begin to rise up and shift over onto the opposite side. So, right hip against the edge of your pillow this time. And allow yourself to lie the entire right side body down onto your pillow or mat, your choice. So either have your head face same way as your knees, or you can turn left cheek onto the pillow for a slightly deeper twist. Allow yourself to sink in. Allow yourself to be supported. being completely effortless. Oftentimes, when I think about rest and when I think about soothing the nervous system, I'm reminded by an interview I did on the podcast with Kai Autumn, Kai Russell Autumn. She was a yoga teacher and a professor who specialized in stress management. And what she said about stress is it's not unusual or wrong for us to experience stress in our lives. But what happens to us often is that our body experiences stress. It's like a friend kind of pops out of a bush and they scare you, and it's totally fine because then you catch your breath and you're like, oh, okay, you're just my friend, and you just did that to scare me. Everything's okay. You go back to homeostasis. Your body goes back to homeostasis. That's not the problem. The problem arises when we continually are triggered into stress responses without a chance to come back into homeostasis. So it's like one friend pops out and scares you, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so scary. And you're just about to catch your breath, and another one pops up and they scare you. And the whole system gets thrown off because it doesn't get a chance to rest and come on back to homeostasis. That's what we do in this practice, giving our minds, bodies, hearts a chance to catch its breath. Perfect. Last transition. Moving slower than you'd like, begin to bring yourself into the final posture of the evening. Shavasana. You've got your props with you, so you've got so many options of what you'd like to do. You can just be lying back on your back, palms face the sky and legs straight out in front of you. Or if you want a little bit of support for that low back, then take a pillow and place it underneath your knees. If you want a little bit of warmth, a little bit of comfort, take your blanket, place it over top of you. You can even place a pillow under your head if you'd like. In which case, today I am feeling like I want to be extra comfy, so I will. Okay, eventually, find yourself in Shavasana, the ultimate pose of surrender. Your feet straight out in front of you, feet flopped out to either which way, your hands down beside you, palms face the sky. Noticing any residual tension, noticing if there's still anything residual from what it is that you wanted to let go tonight. And with one last releasing breath, let's let it all go. A long, deep inhale through your nose. Take a deeper breath yet. Break the pattern. Exhale. Side out through your mouth. Let it all go. Sink in, sink down. Allow your eyes to drift to the back of your head down into the mat. Just noticing your entire body, noticing your whole body in this totally supported and comfortable posture. And this is the posture of ultimate surrender, posture of letting go, in which you get to release any burdens, and any heaviness that you seem to carry with you throughout your days. Soften your neck, your shoulders. Nice. See if they can sink in a little more. Soften your arms, allowing them to sink into the earth just a little more, a millimeter more even. Your fingers, all 10 fingers, even the insides of your palms. Relaxing your entire face, your throat, your chest, your ribs, your belly, your entire back. Soften your hips, both legs, sinking into the earth a millimeter more. Bottoms of your legs, both feet, all 10 toes, and even the inner and outer edges of your feet. Maybe give your toes a little wiggle just to make sure they've landed exactly where they want to, that you're not trying to hold them in any sort of shape or way. Nice. My original plan was for us to do a short yoga nidra, but perhaps a visualization seems to be fitting for tonight. So let's do a visualization. Bring yourself back to that thread of light or the expansion of light, the white and gold and the light pink intermingling together back into your little cocoon. And if at first it only covered up your heart space, imagine it covering up your whole body. And once again, breathe it in through your heart space, envisioning these colors of white, golden, and light pink light, the symbols of energy and protection and nourishment. Breathing it into your heart space, allowing your heart to expand. There's a sense of ease that comes with it, a sense of relief when your heart gets the message. It's safe now. You and your cocoon. That if it was on guard, it gets to let it down. And it gets to just be. You get to just be. And as you sense this gold, white, and light pink light dancing around you, creating your little cocoon, almost like your little force field, your very own fort, light fort around you. Sink in deeper. Long, deep inhale through your nose. Long, deep exhale through your nose. And as you drift into a deeper state of relaxation, bring yourself into a sanctuary in your mind's eye, visualizing a special place for you to be, for you to take rest. And perhaps this can be a place that you've actually visited. Maybe it's one of your favorite places in the world, or perhaps you completely make it up. This is your space. This is the space that you go to when you need to recharge, replenish, take rest, or even find answers, find clarity. And just notice the space around you now, sensing your environment, noticing the colors, smell, the feel. Maybe there's a breeze that passes by you. It's warm or chilled. And notice what you hear. If there is anyone else or anything else around. Take your time and explore this place, touching and feeling the things around you, maybe noticing the sensation underneath your feet as you walk around. And then just allow yourself to be there in the most comfortable way to you, the way that feels the best, that feels good. Whether you choose to lie or sit down somewhere, and whether you want to continue exploring, just allowing yourself to completely be in your special place, to replenish, to recharge, taking comfort and relief in knowing that'll bring you back when it's time. Once again, noticing vividly the colors of this place, what you can see visually, the smell, the sounds, and of course, you've engineered this place in your mind to be just perfect. They're your favorite sights, your favorite sounds, your favorite smells. Maybe it's crisp, fresh air or salty sea breeze. Noticing the sensations around you. There's wildlife or nature or chair or couch that you've happened to be upon. And then knowing that you've taken in exactly what you needed today, whether it be rest or nourishment or clarity, and knowing that you can always come back to this place at any time. Let's begin to make our way back. Begin to notice yourself once again back on your mat. Notice how effortless you are. Maybe you're so effortless that it feels like you're in this kind of drifting, melting state. Let yourself melt and drift. Just become aware how effortless you are. Noticing that little light cocoon you've created for yourself with the pink and white and golden light is still around you. And be absolutely comfortable here, feeling good, feeling rested. Slow, slow. There's no rush at all. But as you do become aware of the space around you, that you're back on your mat, know that you get to choose. You get to choose that if you're able to stay in Shavasana and rest a little bit longer, you can absolutely do so and allow yourself to drift back into your place, your safe place, your sanctuary. But if you do need to get up and continue on with your evening, and know that you have the choice now to gently and ever so slowly begin to make your way out of Shavasana, allowing yourself ample time to transition back into your waking world. And wherever you are, take your time, move slow, I'm so glad to have practiced with you tonight. Take a moment to recognize yourself for coming onto the mat, for showing up for yourself and for your practice tonight. Of course, to recognize yourself for the light within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Namaste.